perfect weather torque on the truck. Fix it again. We got following problem. If you can see here, whoops, on the computer screen. Besides that, I can't communicate right now with the vehicle. If you see right there, the ABS code. Yeah, on my front left wheel, I'm not getting an ABS signal anymore, which in turn causes ABS to engage whenever it feels like it. And I drove around like that for a while because it used to do it only really sporadically. You know, it would engage like you feel the vibration in the pedals like once or twice, and then it would stop. But about 2-3 weeks ago, I had a small incident where the ABS just kicked in like crazy. You felt the pedal, you know, vibrating through everything. My foot was all the way down, but the car did not stop. It just kept moseying on down the road. Luckily, it was merging into my road at 6:30 in the morning, so there was no traffic, and I was going like, I don't know, 5 miles an hour. So, well, I just coasted into the road basically until I slammed on my emergency brake, and then the car stopped. So I drove it back, parked it, and ordered parts. And as you know, I can't just go to Napa, I can't go to AutoZone, because we don't have those stores here, which means I have to order everything from the US. And it takes time until it gets here, which also means instead of fixing one part, I figured I'd replace everything that I'm going to be touching. So I'm not just going to try to fix the ABS sensor. No, I'm going to replace the whole bearing, even though, as you hear, it's still fine. It doesn't make any noises or anything, because frankly, this side is like a little over a year old. The other side is like 2.5 years old. So yeah, crappy parts were put in. Anywho, next to that, I'll also replace the front rotors. I got new brake pads, and I also ordered up some new dust shields just in case those are rusty, because our DMV inspection here doesn't like rust on anything, and they'll like to fail you for that, and that would suck. So I figured everything I'm touching, I'm gonna order, as I said, in case something's broken and I don't know what right now, that I already have it, and not that the car has to sit here for another 2 weeks till another part comes here. And I know I'm not replacing everything. You say there could be still calipers, you know, pins, boots, whatever. I'm just going with the main obvious stuff. And it's a beautiful, balmy 27 degrees outside, or -2.5, as us Europeans know it in centigrade. And, you know, perfect weather to do this. You might think, oh, well, Switzerland, lovely weather in winter, you know, all that snow. Yeah, this is what we get in winter here. See that? That's just fog. Because if you live down in the flats where everybody lives, you don't get much sun. No, you're basically stuck in fog all the time. If you go up in the mountains, it'll be sunny. So down here it's cold and nasty. Up there it's sunny and nice. You get no snow. It's just, ugh. Well, you know, it is what it is, I guess. Anyway, I got my parts over here. As you can see, I got myself some Timken wheel bearings. I read online that they're supposed to be pretty good. I got myself Ray Besto's brake pads and rotors, and the dust shields, they're just AC Delco, because those seem to be the only ones to make them. So I'm back out again. I'm going to try to record this just for myself, I guess. Maybe anyone who's interested can watch. There are a lot of videos out there on how to already do this, and this is just how I'm going to do it. I'm in no way a mechanic, and, you know, take everything with a grain of salt, I do. And I'm just trying to save some money at, you know, $138 an hour labor rates here. You gotta do what you gotta do. And yeah, let me get some tools ready and we'll get started. myself some tools. First and foremost, you want to jack up the car. For me, I'm just jacking up the front end because that's all I'm doing on. What I did is what's it called? Choke, I think, the back wheels, or put a wedge under the back wheels because it is on an incline here. The emergency parking brake is also set. The car is in park. I'm using quality jack stands. There's one on each side. There's 6 tons each, so they can easily hold the weight of this S10 Blazer. The jack is just still under here as an extra precaution. And as with everything, safety first. Some people say safety third, but you really don't want to end up in the emergency room because of that. Now, I've got some air tools I'm going to be using to get the job hopefully done a bit faster and easier. You can certainly do everything with hand tools, so it'll just take a little bit longer. And yeah, let's just see how it goes. Let's start by, removing the cap, removing the rim, the wheel, and, get to the meat of things. Let's see how it works. My little helper just showed up. Pinky. Smile for the camera. There we go. Yeah, just a warning, I might be pausing from time to time. As I said, I'm working outside. I do not have a garage. I'm working on the parking space in front of the house. It's a 3-family house. So, neighbors might walk by, interrupt, and stuff like that. So I might pause from time to time. And since tools are loud, I'm going to wear hearing protection just because I like my hearing. I'm getting old. Stuff starts to hurt. And yeah, let's see. Let's keep going. And in case you're wondering why it took so long, I got a tiny compressor. The compressor is in the basement. The hose is like, I don't know, 20 meters long to get here. So I don't really have all that much power on my impact. Tool is great, but it is what it is. Yeah. Now, as you can see, they're actually still okay. They're not too badly worn. See if I can move you in here so you can actually see something. I got a flashlight somewhere. Hang on. I don't think it's too bad. I don't know if you can see it. It's my first time actually doing a video like this, so I'm still all kind of new to this stuff. Yeah, there's still some meat on it, looks like it. But anyway, it's got to go. We're going to have to remove the brake caliper, all the hardware that's on here, you know, back here, to get the rotor off, to get to the hub assembly. Aim everything a bit. There we go. Now, you have a look. You might want to, you know, slightly turn the wheel if you want to have a look to see which bolts you actually got to remove. Definitely going to have to remove the caliper. We can remove the whole bracket. I'm not sure what it's called. You know, there's this part to remove and this part. So let's see which one we're going to do first. I'd say we probably remove this first. I think it's an 18 millimeter. Let me have a look. Oh, it was 18. Got a bit of play. See 17. It's 17 though. No, it's 18. 18 millimeter. Get it with this one. I'll probably get the 1/2 inch to 3/8. Sometimes you just gotta knock it loose. I don't know if it's good to do it on a ratchet or not. I could probably take a wrench if I'd have an 18, which you don't. So you gotta make do with what you got. Let's get a hook. I got a hook so we can hook the stuff out of the way. Let's see if she'll move off. A little bit of wiggling. Maybe you gotta pry a bit, I guess. Let's see. What are we hanging up on? Okay, let's get this caliper piston over a bit. The piston's still got, you know, a little bit of force on it. So I'll try to move it in a bit. Just a smidge to loosen it up. As you can see, I don't do this every day, so it can take time. Got the other caliper piston down here. It's got 2 pistons. You don't want to let it dangle on the line, so I got myself a hook here. And we'll just hook it somewhere up over out of the way. Let's see. Get it through like that, like that. Just, you can see it. Yeah. My camera skill is terrible. Just hung it there out of the way. It's not a special caliper hanging hook. It's just a hook I got at the hardware store, an S hook. It's good enough. And look at that meat that's left on these things actually. Can you believe that? I did those brakes in '09. I really don't drive much. No wait, it was '08. '08. Don't drive that much. Now we gotta loosen those here. Now that one's not gonna work. Let me go see if I can find an 18mm wrench. Hang on. There we go. Found my 18mm open end wrench. My grandpa's tool. So always good to keep tools around. It loose or not. Some extra leverage here. My butt must be nice to look at, I know. I got my box over here. Remember how to do this. Let's see if I remember. It's been so long. Get some rust remover. Let's see if that helps. Just, you know, generic stuff. Soak those screws a bit. Let's change the head. Better nozzle one. While I'm back here, I'm also already gonna pre-soak the bolts of the wheel bearing hub assembly thingy-majig, just so they already had some time to soak in, since I gotta do those anyway. Let's just give it a minute to soak in and loosen up. And since I gotta do it on the other side also, I'll just go pre-spray them already. Well, that took a while. Finally did manage to get it loose. Had to do a bit of filing on it because the head is kind of rounded off. Oh boy, I love that. Something that's supposed to take like 10 minutes takes hours. Take this one off. Nice and evenly worn. It would have still been perfect, but rather safe than sorry. See, looks very new. See if I zoom in on it. Doesn't look old at all. So I'm gonna have to loosen the bolts in the back And well, first I'm going to try to bust off this with my 36mm axle nut. One. Yeah, it is true. It is loose, what they say. But from all what I read, 36 is supposed to be the correct one. But it does fit rather loose. So I'm guessing 35 would have worked. Let's see what happens. If we can manage to bust it loose or not. Because otherwise I'm pretty much going to have an issue since I'm up in the air. Let's see what happens. Wish me luck. Well, by the way, you're going to want to loosen this while you're on the ground. If you got a weak ass compressor like I do with the tire on, so you can break it loose. And even then it takes a freaking lot of force. So I did it on the other side already so I could jack it back up again. The nut's off, as you can see here. Now I'm working on the bolts behind here that actually hold the hub assembly in place. It's kind of tight. They're 18mm bolts. Let's see. Am I in the right direction on that? Yes. And I gotta use swivel extension stuff. I'm using a 3/8. I think it's a 3/8 ratchet. So you need some leverage to get the stuff loose. If you can even get it loose. Or maybe I'm just gripping the bolt. That's also possible. Ow. Here's my lovely glasses. Because I'm sweating, everything's fogging up and I don't see anything. It's always fun. Let's try again. There we go. There she goes. And it's very greasy back here. I'd love to zip them off with some power tool or something, but nothing I have works. So just kind of stuck doing it like this for the time being. Now I actually have an air hammer to take this apart, but quite frankly I'm not sure if this is going to work or not. So I'm not backing the bolts out all the way in case I need to leverage the beat on the bolts to get this loose. Remind me to get a new 18mm open wrench. The one I have sucks. This one doesn't fit. Where did the other one go? Where did I put it? Right. Can't really get in here. Let's see, can I get it with my fingers already? No, they're still too tight. Not sure if they use Loctite or whatever on these things. But I tell you, this wrench is junk. You know, it is my grandfather's. It's a bad quality one. Or it's just not good for this application, you know. Swivel extension, or whatever it's called. Maybe it'll work. It'll work to loosen it. Oh, maybe I still have enough room. Yeah, I do. Now, as I said, yeah, I zip tied the ABS wire here. I'm going to unclip that making sure not to clip the brake line. Sure you can actually see what the heck I'm doing. Let's see, right there. Try to cut off the head without nicking the brake line. Real gentle. Yeah, there we go. Then there's a clip here. That's the ABS. There's a clip here, so I'm gonna have to remove those as well. I might as well quickly do it now. It goes up in here. The connector's actually up here on the frame. Let me get you guys off here. The connector's right there. Comes through here, down here, then it's clipped here, so I gotta remove that bolt there. Then it'll just run through here. There's another clip there, which is that bolt, and it runs here through the opening to here, and that's all getting replaced. So, all right, let's see what kind of size that is. Oopsie, sorry about that. Yeah, it's a 13. Undo this one here. It's down here. Let's see, I think actually the brake line is hooked to it. Oh Lord. Yeah, they're hooked to it. It's hooked to it. Move it to the side a bit. You can maybe see it. Where am I? Yeah, there. It's hooked to it like that. That actually goes out of here. Lord, those brackets are in bad shape. I'm not even sure they come with new brackets. So I'll just quickly put this bolt here for the time being. I'll wait with loosening that one. And let's see if we can air hammer this out or not. Well, I guess the correct term is air chisel. Seems to loosen up nicely. Means I can take the bolts out all the way. Oh, you're not even seeing what I'm doing. Just working on the bolts on the back side. 3 bolts like that. Oh Lord, yeah man. Yeah, there's not a lot of room because of the ball joint. Barely slide it out. On that side. Quite yet. Just be sure to wear old clothes or something you don't mind getting totally greasy and filthy. That's what it's gonna get. There we go. I'm not keeping the sensor, so I'm just cutting it. Alright, let's see if we can get it out the rest of the way. There goes the washer. And out it comes. With the shield, as you can see, it's rather rusty. Yeah, this thing's, I don't know, better days. Oh, there we go. Got it out. Looks like the seal stayed inside. We're gonna have to clean everything up and mount everything back. I'll just get everything a bit cleaned up and yeah, get back when we're ready to put stuff together again. Well, I got everything cleaned up a bit. A little bit of whoops-a-daisy. High temp grease in here. Now I'm just going to put a little bit of anti-seize paste here along the outside in case we have to go in again in the near future, so it won't be so stuck. Some copper paste. I don't know. I once learned to use this stuff. Other people use other stuff. Other people might comment, is the wrong stuff for here? I don't know. As I said, I do things myself here right now, trying to save money. Maybe I'm going to be breaking something. Who knows? You know, you live and learn. There you go. You live and learn. There we go. Now, got my new dust shield here. I sprayed it with some undercoating. Make sure, well, in the hopes it'll last longer. Here's our new hub assembly. Made in South Korea. Let's see how good the Koreans are. Okay. that in here. Aim it a bit. There we go. Then, yeah, it's always tricky. Want to lift it in here slowly, gently. Kind of, you know, wiggle it in, I guess. I'm not sure. Just don't force it, I guess. Kind of try to line the holes. Try to get one bolt started. That's how I learned on YouTube. Get everything kind of holding. Get one bolt in. Kind of get it started a bit. And see if I can get the other ones in. Thing is, it won't go in by itself. We have to actually, you know, kind of press it in. So we have to tighten the screws. Hold on. Oh, can we get in from this side? This side. We got to tighten the screws evenly so that the new seal kind of gets sucked in and stuff doesn't go all crooked on you. So, try to do a little bit at a time, as much as I can by hand, before I then switch to a tool. I'm kind of pushing up on it because it wants to kind of tilt downward. I don't know, the knuckle or shaft or whatever those parts are called. It wants me to go that direction, but I don't want to. I want to evenly go in, nice and straight, not in any way cockeyed or whatever you want to call it. Get the ratchet now. Try to evenly. Do like 10 on every one. Kind of all over the place here. Trying to get it even. Pull it in here. pulling in nicely. See, the shield still got a little play. I mean, we're not all the way in, but that's fine. I gotta torque it down to 77 foot-pounds, I think. I gotta check it on the book, but it seems to be moving. And go up, attach the cable, and next will be the brakes. So I'll check out how much, torque it, route the cable, then get cleaning the brake calipers, and yeah, I'll see you when we get putting the rotor on and stuff like that. Alright, cleaned up my calipers, greased them, already put in the new pads. Here's my new rotor, nice and dirty, full of sticky stuff. Let's give it a little rinse down with some brake clean. Wipe it off. I'm just doing it because it got kind of sticky residue stuff from whatever plastic was on it. I'm gonna wipe them down once more once they're installed. Just to make sure that there's absolutely no grease on there or anything. Now, we can put a little bit of anti-seize here. Help it from seizing up the brake rotor. Just a little bit. Install the rotor. Now, just put on a nut to hold the rotor in. Alright, next, slide caliper over. There we go. Now, get these bolts. Put the better bolt back on top this time. Let's get the bottom one first. Turn the wheel slightly. get it in over here. Now I'm just gonna finger tight all this stuff. Now I'm gonna take the caliper. Apply it over. Put some fresh grease on the bolts. Intentionally staying away from the tip so it doesn't stuff up. This one, same deal. Not too much, not too little. Help them slide. Hopefully good in and out. Just have to quickly check something. Oh, what a mess everything is here. Go. Wipe it down and do it on the other side.